Welcome to BigDaddie Sports, man. I'm your host, Big Daddy.
I'm LB Jenkins.
And we're talking about the hot topics in sports. We got a lot to get into, so let's jump right in it. Should Jason Garrett be taking as much heat as he's taking over icing his own kicker?
Yes, he should. You iced your own kicker and lost the game against a game you should have won. You're trying to make it to the playoffs. You're one game ahead. You would have been 2 games ahead of New York. Now you're 1 game ahead. And then you have the audacity to sit here and be like, oh, I stand by my decisions. No, admit that you made a mistake. You're basically saying, I stand by an ignorant decision, so I'm going to make more ignorant decisions. Jerry Jones next year going to make a decision. He's going to stand by it too. He's going to be fired.
I agree with you partially, but then there's the other side of the argument that Wisenhunt was probably going to ice the kicker anyway. So there's that argument.
I didn't see a timeout.
I'm not mad about the icing of the kicker. What I'm mad about really is that when Des Bryant gets the first down, you can't be scared. You got 2 timeouts. You can't take them home with you. Call timeout. You can run another play to get closer. I'm not comfortable with the 49-yard field goal. You're basically saying I trust my kicker more than I trust Tony Romo to make a play. I don't agree with that. So the icing the kicker, I could care less about that. But not having confidence in your quarterback, once again, I said it in New England and I'll say it again, that is a problem.
Another coaching decision. You know what, Garrett, I've been saying last couple of weeks, you still got a job no matter what happens. You know, it's on Tony. You're fired. Just off of that right there. And if you don't make the playoffs, you're really going to be fired. And New York has to face you twice. And you got to go to New York, who's going to outscore you because you can't score because the Arizona defense stopped you. Better luck next year with a new place, new team.
We'll see. I don't know if it's that dire yet, but it's getting there. Next up, Tebow won this week with his arm, amazingly. Give him credit. Is he the future at quarterback for Denver?
If he continues to play like he did, 10 for 15, 2 touchdowns, 202 yards, career high, and he had to ponder.
That is not a career high. He threw for 308 last year. So, yeah.
Career high this season. He came here. He came in and he won. Ponder was slinging them. Percy Harvin want to catch balls now, run routes, and do everything like that.
You ain't answered the question. Is he the franchise quarterback for the future of the Denver? Yes or no?
Yes, if he keeps the running game. He got to keep the running game, though. You have to have a running back.
So he's not a franchise quarterback, dude, is what you said?
He's a franchise quarterback. Look, you telling, is Schaub as good as he is without Arian Foster? There's some people.
Schaub put up numbers before Arian Foster, so don't go there.
Look,
you telling me he's gonna be as good as Matt Schaub? That's what you're saying?
No, I'm saying some quarterbacks need a running game to be decent, to be a good.
We're not talking about decent. We're talking about, can Denver in the future win the championship with Tebow at quarterback, or should they draft somebody else? Yes or no?
Yes.
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 Tebow's the answer.
Yes.
The devil is a lie. Look. Tebow can be on the team and play H-back, tight end, and moving the linebacker. I don't care. But as far as quarterback, look, he got a big test this week, and I tell you now, if he run against Chicago, Michael Vick doesn't run on the Bears defense. Michael Vick, the most dynamic quarterback in the National Football League, can't run on them because they have Briggs, Urlacher, and Peppers. He's not running. So if he beats them throwing, then we can really have this conversation. I don't see that because Minnesota's defense is horrible. He did it, and I don't take that away from him. But Minnesota's defense is not Chicago's defense. And point being, in order to win championships now in this league, you look at, what Peyton Manning did to win his ring, what Drew Brees did to win his ring, what Aaron Rodgers did. The league has changed. It's a quarterback-driven league. He's not that guy.
He's not that guy.
He's not that guy.
This is the guy that 3 weeks ago won with 2 completions. Now,
but it's Kansas City.
But no, it's
Kansas City.
All right, I ain't talking about. I'm talking about the player. The player is evolving.
Wait. You're missing the point. I'm not saying that he's not getting better. I'm saying he'll never get to that point. Is he gonna be Tom Brady? Is he gonna be Tom Brady? No. But how many people are Tom Brady? No, I agree with that. I'm just saying, come playoff time, he's gonna look at the Steelers, he's gotta see the Ravens, and then if let's say for instance he gets through the AFC, can they score enough to keep up with the Green Bay Packers? He's gonna throw some on Green Bay because Green Bay's defense gives up yards, but they also cause turnovers. I don't see them. Now, on some level, it's unfair to put this on him because he's only had 10 starts. But I'm saying, looking forward, if you have the opportunity to get a quarterback in the draft, I don't think you don't get the quarterback because you say, oh, I'm going with Tim Tebow. I'm not, as a GM, you can't say that I'm putting all my eggs in the Tim Tebow basket. That's all I'm saying.
It's a gamble. It's a gamble with any quarterback. It's a gamble with any quarterback. But what is he doing? And if he's getting better every week, you take that chance with him. And if Denver don't, another team needs to take that chance with him.
And again, I will keep saying this. The only problem with Tim Tebow is that if he goes down, you cannot recreate the offense he does. That's why they got away from that option last week. They have to run more. There's no backup that can do what he does. Not this week, but the week before last, he ran the ball 20 times. No other quarterback is doing that. So you can't build a franchise in that way where you have a backup quarterback that's going to run the same offense. So then you have the problem. If Timmy goes down, now all of a sudden, the offensive line who's been run blocking for weeks at a time, now I need you to drop back and pass block. That's not going to work.
And I agree. And I've been backing Tebow with the mindset that he's going to evolve and begin to throw and become more of a pocket passer. He showed us that this last week.
He showed us that this week. We'll see where it goes. Is Lovie Smith being stubborn by not bringing in a quarterback? Now, let me go on record as saying, nobody wants Favre to come back, and I was so glad that Favre said he's staying down in Hattiesburg. But should he give Mac 5 a call? I don't think so. Mac 5 has never been a 5 or 7-step drop quarterback. That offensive line is horrible. But you got to do something.
I think Lovie don't want quarterback controversy, because let's be real.
He got quarterback controversy. Caleb Haney didn't throw 6 picks in 2 games. That's controversy.
I agree. Your backup isn't massive. But I'm saying, you bring a guy in there. Let's say you bring McNabb in there, and McNabb starts winning, and he goes to the playoffs and everything. And then it's like, next year, who's your quarterback?
You go with the younger quarterback. Jay Cutler's younger.
Okay. But then you're like, okay, did McNabb do better? I think he doesn't want any quarterback controversy. 2, Cutler trying to come back. He in some extensive rehab program, and he's like, give me 2 wins, and I'll be back.
That'll be a Christmas miracle, because that ain't fit to happen. And now Forte's down.
Oh yeah, no.
You got to do something. You got to do. And I'm sorry, Marion Barber is not the answer.
No,
he doesn't. First of all, he doesn't have the burst that Forte has to run the ball, and he's not catching the ball out of the backfield. And Forte's their leading rusher and receiver. So the whole offense is shaking. He's got to do something, and Lovie seems reluctant to do anything.
I think the logical choice for him is Haney. You can't McNabb. You bring him in there. Yeah, you got to get sacked.
It's not all Caleb Haney. Let me throw it out there. The interception that got thrown Sunday versus Kansas City to Roy Williams. Roy has to catch that ball. That's a touchdown, and the game is tied. Roy Williams is playing pitter-patter with the ball. I don't know what the devil is wrong with him. Sit that fool down, because that's unacceptable. You can't drop touchdown passes. And that was a flat-out drop. But Haney ain't been great. So good luck to the Bears. Speaking of the Bears, did Forte make a mistake by not holding out? Because now you got an MCL sprain, and now they trying to get him to come back. Well, Lovie Smith this morning, he looked good walking in the hallway. Really? That's how we judging knee injuries now? No. There's no way I come back.
There's a sprain. Him holding out, that he needs to prove something. You proved right now.
He proved it.
He proved right now.
Don't come back.
He proved it that you are worth the money. You're not Chris Johnson. You ain't going to flake out. You are worth the money. I'm still playing hard without the money. Pay me the money. Then with the sprain, what he's proven is you can't win. We can win without Cutler, but you ain't winning without me. Now you realize how valuable I am to the team. So him playing in his favor actually worked out better. Deshaun Jackson, on the other hand, playing without the contract, didn't work out.
I'm glad you brought that up. I am sick of hearing that Deshaun Jackson quit on the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's talk about this. If you watch the film, The Eye in the Sky Don't Lie, he was hurt when they played Seattle.
He was hobbling.
He was hobbling. And so to say he quit is a disservice to that young man. And look, is he shying away from balls over the middle? Everybody sees that. But you shy away from balls too after taking the concussions and the hits he took last season. And then you not going to get paid for it? Look, the man, Deshaun Jackson is making $500,000, and I know that's a lot of money. But comparison to the league and what other guys are making that don't do as much for his team as he does,
wide receiver,
it's
and
an injustice. It's an injustice.
And punt return. And I'm not saying anything against Deshaun Jackson. What I'm saying is Deshaun Jackson holding out didn't work for him. Or him playing.
He couldn't handle it. He couldn't handle it. I agree.
Him playing didn't work for him and make the Eagles go, oh, I'm going to pay you. Whereas Matt Forte, you worth some money. If Chicago don't pay you, somebody else is going to pay you.
Next up, are the New England Patriots quietly becoming the best team in the AFC? Nobody's talking about Brady and what he's doing. But that offense is clicking. And the deep look, with him at quarterback, it's like Green Bay. If you can do just enough, Brady will win it in the end. Are they the best team in the AFC?
Quietly, are they the best team in the AFC? Yes. People are tired of Patriot headlines. They expect this of the Patriots. Yeah, so quietly right now, people don't want to see the same banner in the air. The Patriots are doing this, the Patriots are doing that. So they expect this of the Patriots. It'll be a headline if the Patriots weren't doing this. Then it'll be, oh, you are loudly losing. Right now, they're ahead. They're number 1 seed right now. Everyone expects them. I look at their schedule.
It's a cupcake schedule.
Yeah. So
they could easily, if they don't falter, they should be the number 1 seed in the AFC. But are they the best team? No. And I'll tell you why. They've done it. They were 14-2 last year and lost a playoff game at home. And then the year before that, everybody, the Patriots are getting it together. And Baltimore went in there and ran all over them.
21-0 first quarter.
So I'm just saying that we've seen this from the Patriots before. That defense doesn't tend to show up lately in the playoffs. And we'll see. Matchups dictate a lot. I'm not saying that they're going to lose, but to say it's a lock, they're not a lock. They're not a lock by any stretch. Now, speaking of teams, quietly, San Fran has already clinched the division, playoff spot, home playoff game. Are they capable of beating the Green Bay Packers? Because that's what it's going to come down to in the NFC.
What you have is who's going to outscore each other. And right now,
I don't think that's the case with Frisco.
So but Aaron Rodgers is gonna put up points.
He's gonna put up some points.
He's gonna put up some.
But Aaron Rodgers ain't played a defense this year playing as well as that 49ers defense.
Okay. 49ers stopping the run. And I'm not saying that.
It ain't like Green Bay got much of a running game anyway.
So my point is, Aaron Rodgers is gonna outscore you. So then my thing is, Aaron get 14 on you. You can't run the ball. Frank Gore can't. Sit here, you gotta start playing catch up, and that means you gotta put it on the hands of the quarterback, which is Alex Smith. I don't see it. If this is the NFC Championship, I'm taking Green Bay all the way because Alex Smith is not gonna win that game unless the defense plays so phenomenal. You keep Green Bay at 7.
This is what I'm gonna tell you. You haven't seen it from Alex Smith yet, but on the flip side, you haven't seen Alex Smith really make the big mistake this year, and that's growth. He's grown. This is what I'm saying. They're figuring some things out. They're switching around some wide receivers. They got a young wide receiver who's coming up. Williams who's coming up. He's pretty fast. And Braylon ain't catching balls, so they're starting to play him. And then you got Ginn and Crabtree's coming around. Had 96 yards last week and a touchdown. So they're starting to figure it out. Now, granted, last week was the Rams. I understand that. But all I'm saying is Alex is growing. I don't know if he'll grow enough in time to beat Green Bay.
He's had time.
He's had many years. I mean,
he at his peak. I mean, he gonna grow some. Let's be real.
He's a late bloomer. Get a man some slack. He's a late bloomer.
Let's be real. He's been able to do more, but at the same time, he's handcuffed. He is handcuffed. He's not able to do. Before you got Nolan having him throwing all over the place. Yeah, they keep it simple for him to get it done. But he's handcuffed. So you're gonna say I'm gonna go against Aaron Rodgers. You put up with a better slinger.
You brought up Mike Nolan. That wasn't Nolan. That was Mike Marsh, the offensive coordinator, who got Nolan fired, and then Mike Singletary didn't keep him. So put everything in perspective. So
it's gonna come down to gunslingers, and Aaron Rodgers is a better gunslinger.
Oh, I agree with that. Next up, what you've been waiting for, the picks. I won last week, trying to get it back, trying to get the mojo going. It's been a rough season, but we got a ways to go.
I can take off 2 more weeks, and I still win.
Hush your mouth. Let's go. Cleveland at Pittsburgh.
Upset game of the week. Cleveland ain't got nothing to play for but to win and ruin Pittsburgh, keep them down, and from winning the division, I'm going with Cleveland.
I can't believe you did that. However, the last time he got all boisterous like that, Denver beat the Jets on Thursday night, so maybe. But I'm taking the Steelers. Next up, Kansas City at the Jets.
Ray better not lose this game. You know, he better rep.
Tyler Palco won by a miracle last week on a tip ball that should have been intercepted by Urlacher. That's not happening this week. Taking the Jets. Tampa at Jacksonville. Raheem Moore's going to get fired. Yeah, I'm just throwing that out there.
It's doomed.
He's a lame duck coach. Dead man walking. I'm telling you.
I'm taking Tampa Bay. Blaine Gabbert, he ain't doing nothing. I'm
Tampa Bay by default, because both of these Florida teams have been disappointing this season. Next up, New England at Washington.
Tom Brady on the road. Another cupcake schedule.
Please. All that needs to be said is Belichick, because Belichick is light years ahead of Shanahan.
Really?
There we go.
Shanahan and his ego?
Atlanta at Carolina.
I'm going with Carolina because they at home. Now, the run game, Atlanta's run defense been stepping up real hard. So, D'Angelo Williams, Jonathan Stewart, y'all ain't going to do much. But I'm going to put this on what Deion said, Cam, and I'm going to take Cam, and he going to win.
Atlanta should win this game, but Atlanta should have beat Houston last week. So, you know, I know how you feel about the Falcons, but I'm going to go with Atlanta. Indy at Baltimore.
Baltimore. Even with Orlowski in there slaying, that was against the bad New England Patriots defense. He came back and tried to get a win. This is Baltimore defense. Baltimore is going, whoever's going in there as quarterback going to get hit. I'm taking Baltimore.
Can you say trap game? Because I can say trap game. Indy has, they want to win. They don't want to go 0-16 like Detroit did. I'm not saying they're going to win this game, but what I'm saying, if Baltimore don't come out and hit them in the mouth early and take their spirit from them, this is going to be close. And the only reason why I'm even picking Baltimore because it's home, and Baltimore doesn't lose at home. But this may be more of a game than you think it's going to be. But I'm going with Baltimore. Philly at Miami. You got the fading Eagles versus the uprising Dolphins.
Michael Vick coming back. Michael Vick ain't got nothing to play for him. This season over. Andy Reid potentially fired. I'm going with Miami.
Miami. Just because the Eagles have appeared to quit, and the one thing they can't do is stop the run. And since Reggie Bush had that dinner with Miss Kardashian, he been running between the tackles. So we're going with Miami. Minnesota at Detroit. Now, did I not call that once expectations in Detroit changed, they were going to fade? And they're literally falling apart, personal foul penalties every other play. I'm going with Minnesota.
Christian Ponder slinging the ball. Without Sue, Detroit defense is nothing. I'm going with Minnesota.
Houston at Cincy.
I'm going with Houston.
Really?
I'm going with Houston.
See, it's difficult because Cincy hasn't played well against the big boys of the AFC. And Houston, record-wise, would be a big boy, but Schaub's not playing. Andre Johnson's not playing. I'm going to take Cincinnati. I think Cincinnati has more talent on the field that's healthy right now than Houston does. And it's home.
Defensively, I give Houston the upper hand. Offensively, Arian Foster going to have to carry the team. I'm going with Houston.
Chicago at Denver.
Denver, like Tebow going to win. I gave Chicago this game. I said Denver was going to go 9-7. Well, now I got them at 10-6 because they're going to beat Chicago this week.
What we're finding out this week is simply this. Now Denver is the hot pick to win the AFC West. And as in with Buffalo, as in with Detroit, when you were expected to do something, things change. We'll see, can Denver and Tebow handle the expectations?
What
I'm expecting them to win.
What expectation? Let's be real. People every week say, how is he doing this? It's a surprise every week.
It's a surprise. But every analyst now, with the way Oakland faltered in Miami last week, Denver should win the AFC West. It's a lot to put on a kid who 5 weeks ago you said couldn't even throw. And now you're saying he may make a Pro Bowl and the team may win the division. I'm just saying it is totally different to play with a bullseye on your back.
I agree.
And Chicago's defense, they going to be ready.
Look, Denver going to win the Super Bowl and they're going to be like, I just can't believe it still. It don't matter.
San Fran at Arizona. Quietly, the Arizona Cardinals have won a few in a row and are actually in the playoff hunt. I'm picking the Cardinals.
I'm picking Arizona as well.
Really?
The way they handled Dallas last week.
All of a sudden, they're listening to their defensive coordinator.
I mean,
they still can't cover, but
they blitzing like
this.
So look, Kim Winston getting them there. I'm taking Arizona. I don't think San Francisco's gonna be prepared. And we seen what Baltimore did to Alex Smith when he got blitzed. I'm taking Arizona.
Buffalo at San Diego. Time out. Call your boy Fitzpatrick and tell him give all that money back. Because he ain't done a blessed thing since he got that check.
Well, hold on. There's some injury problems. There's some injury problems. You ain't got Fred Jackson there no more. Sean Marion left the defense.
Whatever. Long story short,
I'm going with San Diego.
I'm going with San Diego. And what did I tell you? San Diego will not fade away. They're technically still in the playoff hunt.
Wait, hold on.
Don't be shocked.
San Diego beat Jacksonville.
Don't be shocked.
Man,
okay.
If San Diego left, North Turner had to win. If North Turner didn't win, he would have got walked out after that day.
All I'm saying is they about to string a couple together.
They last in their division. They ain't doing nothing.
Okay. Oakland at Green Bay.
Green Bay.
And
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, yeah.
I would say Oakland's the one that's going to give the Green Bay their first loss. Now, Green Bay.
Giants at Dallas.
The Giants. Giants is the one team besides New England that can trade scores and score high with Green Bay. Dallas can't do that. Again, you see Arizona hold them.
You're looking at this all wrong. When these two teams get together, throw the records out. There's so much familiarity. There's nothing they're going to run that the other team doesn't know is coming. This is a grudge. It's a rivalry. It's going to be a close, tight-knit game. I'm giving Dallas the advantage in this one because it's home. I think this game is going to be a 17-14 type contest, and Dallas has the advantage because it's in Dallas.
Look. I'm giving a close game through the first quarter. Then I say New York's going to outscore them. Then the second quarter, I'm going to outscore them second half. New York.
Okay. And then we have the worst Monday Night Football game of the season so far, St. Louis at Seattle. Although Seattle's still in the playoff hunt as well.
Look, Seattle ain't making the playoffs.
They ain't making the playoffs. I just stated the fact. They're still in it.
That's like
they're gonna beat the Rams though.
That's like here's a prize for last place. look, they ain't going to the playoffs. I like how they're playing. Pete Carroll got them playing. Tavares Jackson, even injured, is playing better. The defense is molding better. With some few more additions, they can be a great solid team next year. I'm going with Seattle.
Next up, fantasy. This is what we got for you this week. Play the Jets defense versus Kansas City's offense. That's a no-brainer. Next up, MJD versus Tampa. That Tampa run defense is letting everybody have career days. MJD should have another one. And sit the Carolina running backs, Jonathan Stewart, D'Angelo Williams. Atlanta's run defense is pretty good. What you got?
I got San Fran and Arizona. This is going to be a low-scoring game. If you got either one of those defenses, put them in. Arizona's going to win, but it's going to be a low-scoring game. Reggie Bush against the Philly defense. Reggie Bush going to run between them tackles and have another 100-yard day. And I got Ray Rice versus Indy's run defense. Ray Rice is going to run all over this team.
So, listen up, playoff people. Look, it's playoff time come fantasy. The right moves could change everything. Throw the records out. Next up, NBA. It is reported that the Lakers are trying to get Dwight Howard and Chris Paul. I don't believe they can do both. But if they get Dwight Howard, are they the favorites to win it all?
Dwight Howard and Chris Paul. How the West is won. Look, you can't. There's no one in Miami. Yeah, y'all ain't doing nothing. I think Miami's competition. Tyson Chandler go to Miami, then you got there's competition there.
Look,
Nike gets
time out. Wait, I'm gonna say that if Tyson Chandler go to Miami, I don't care who LA get. Miami's the favorites. Wait.
You need LeBron James to close fourth quarter.
No, wait. Tyson Chandler went to Dallas and changed the whole defensive mentality, correct? No, Dallas ain't never played defense ever. And then all of a sudden they start playing deep. Miami already was the best defensive team in the league, and you're going to give them a shot blocker, somebody to control the paint? Look, I'm telling you right now, if Tyson Chandler goes to Miami, the balance of power is in South Beach, and I don't care if you get Dwight Howard and Chris Paul. I'll give you both of them. I don't see them matching up well with the Miami Heat. So your prayer better be Tyson Chandler. Don't take his talents to South Beach.
Look, I still take LA. with Howard and Chris Paul.
Mm-hmm. And you know why you take LA?
And finally.
Because he has memories of young Kobe. This ain't that Black Mamba.
Okay.
Black Mamba is aged a lot, and he can't do it every night.
Wait, hold on,
this season is compacted. I'm telling you, don't sleep.
Wait, hold
Look, you know I ain't a LeBron fan, but don't sleep on Miami.
Look, let's talk about the maturity of Kobe to realize that I can't do it anymore, and I'm going to go get some extra help. Let's talk about that.
You know what? 1 second you're mature, then he has no lift, then he's just old. I'm telling you, Kobe appears to be healthy and all that, but he 2 seconds away from being old. I don't know if his legs can carry him to an NBA Finals. That's a lot of games, and those legs have a lot of games on them already. You realize the man's played more playoff games than Michael Jordan already. I'm just saying. You know, Tyson Chandler go to Miami, it's a wrap.
Look, LA gonna win, and look, I'll give you this too. Miami got a bench. If Pat Riley do what he's supposed to do and come down and start coaching, the Spoilitzer ain't gonna do it.
That was our next question. If they get off to a slow start, is Riles coming down? You think he coming down?
I think he should come down again. Look, you had that squad last year, and you couldn't produce. Riley set it up. Checkmate on the whole league, and you couldn't produce. Eric should be freaking the water boy. Like seriously, why is he still coaching?
Look, he made some mistakes. I give you that. But no, see, I'm sorry. Sometimes talent outweighs coaching. If LeBron James don't punk out in fourth quarters, we're not talking about Spoelstra's mistakes. We're talking about young Eric Spoelstra winning his first championship of many. This comes down to LBJ.
5-7.
This comes down to LBJ. I'm sorry. And if Pat Riley don't teach LBJ how to play without the ball and come off screens, it won't matter. And then lastly, should the Suns trade Steve Nash?
No, because Nash has been a great player. He's been the center of this franchise. He's led you to many wins. So I think he wants to finish his last year here. Yes, it's a business decision because that's the only thing you have is value to trade to anyone.
Look, I think he wants to win a ring. I think you send him somewhere where he can win a ring and maybe get a couple picks. I don't know where that is, but the Suns aren't going anywhere. And you know, Phoenix are fair weather fans. They're not coming if the team is bad. And let me tell you, this ain't a playoff team. So I move them. That's all we have for you this week. Hope you enjoyed the show. Good luck with your picks. Hit us up on Twitter at BigDaddiek6.
LB Jenkins at Light Bright J. Light Bright J.
Have a good one.